So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's US release SH Figuarts Doctor Strange with the Burning Flame effects. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a much larger box compared to the other SH Figuarts Marvel figures, and it does remind me more of an SH Monster Arts size box because of the Burning Flame effects. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window it does say Doctor Strange and Burning Flame set, then it does say Marvel, Doctor Strange, and then we do get an image of Doctor Strange, and then it says warning blah 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 Tamashii Nations and Bandai. And then the bottom of the box does have the barcode and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about, but it also says SH Figuarts and Doctor Strange. And then here is the top of the box, looking pretty cool. And then here is the one side of it. We do get a cool image of the effects and Doctor Strange there. And then here is the other side, and we do get that same image that is on the front of the box. And then the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that's the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at Dr. Stephen Strange. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Tamashii Nations did an excellent job with this Doctor Strange. There's one thing that I absolutely hate about this figure, which we'll get into in a second, and I do have another minor issue which we'll also talk about shortly, but the face sculpt here I think looks great. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible, you know what I mean? Like they did a pretty good job with it, and you can see the likeness of Benedict Cumberbatch in the face there. So I think Tamashii Nations did a pretty good job with both the face sculpts, which I'll show you them when we get into the accessories. The beard looks good. Do like the way that turned out, and the hair looks pretty dope too. I like how we have the couple pieces going over the forehead right there. I think that looks cool. Nice sculpt and nice paint on it as well. I like how the gray blends in pretty good with the brown there. Very nice sculpt all throughout the hair though. Nice work on the back of it, the other side, and on the top as well. And I like how they added a few pieces of hair on the side of his head there. I think that looks pretty cool. So they did a good job throughout the head sculpt there. The neck looks good. It does match the skin tone color on the face, so they did a good job with that. His collar looks dope. I think they did an awesome job with his collar for his cape. But this is the thing I absolutely hate about this figure. This goddamn hard plastic articulated cape. This almost ruins the figure for me, because the Injustice figures for Batman and Superman, those capes ruin those figures, and same with the Thor. They ruin them for me. Might not have for other people, but I know a lot of people who hate these hard plastic articulated capes. They're garbage. I do not know why they went back to this. They easily could have made a cloth cape with some bendy wire in it and added these lines on it. I mean, come on, why did they do this, you know? And they could have cut it on an angle as well. So I don't know why they went back to this. This is such a huge step back for Tamashii Nations, going with this hard plastic articulated cape. We don't like them. I know a lot of people who don't like them. Like I said, might not bother some people, but they're so bad. They make the figures back heavy. They don't look good, especially where the collar part of his cape is. That looks crappy. There's just a gap right there, and it looks dumb. Even looking at it on the side, that looks so bad. But I really do like the collar piece. I like the texture of it. I think that looks really cool. Very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. The collar piece looks dope. We got like a maroon color on the lining there. And the paint on the red here is pretty clean for the most part. I don't really see any paint mess ups. So they did a good job with the collar. The hard plastic articulated cape, I feel like, is just trash. They did a horrible job with it. Even though the paint and sculpt looking on it, it's just such a bad thing for a figure, period. That's my own personal opinion. The torso, we do have the Eye of Agamotto, I believe that's what it's called. They did a good job with it. You can see the string sculpted and painted on there that's holding it up. So they did a good job with that. I love all the sculpted wrinkles on the torso right there, even on the undershirt. Very nice job with that. And then they did put these pieces around the shoulders to cover the shoulder joint. And they have some nice sculpt work on them, so that looks pretty cool. And then nice sculpt even under the arm. Let me remove the cape here so we can take a look at the back of the figure. And just a few sculpted wrinkles and some sculpted lines. And we do have some paint shading on the blue as well. Almost forgot to mention that. So I do like how they added the paint shading on the clothing. That is a very nice touch on the figure. And then the arms, beautiful sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. Very nice job with that. The elbow joints look pretty good. And I love the forearm pieces. That looks so dope. And the paintwork for the brown, light blue, and dark blue is pretty damn clean on it. So they did a very nice job all around the forearms, and it's all sculpted on there so it looks like wrappings all around his forearm. That's probably one of my favorite things about the figure. My favorite thing about the figure though is his belt here. This thing looks phenomenal. They did a superb job with this. I love the way the belt looks. Very nice job all throughout it. Nice clean paint all throughout the silver and the darker brown and the navy blue and the gold over here. And I love all the sculpt work on it as well. Really cool looking belt. Definitely, to me, this is the highlight of the figure, besides the accessories. But even the back of it looks cool too. Kind of looks like real rope the way they sculpted it. So I really dig the way the belt piece looks, sash, whatever you want to call it. And these pieces here are very soft, rubbery type plastic, so it won't hinder leg articulation. Now the lower portion of his robe is also a very soft, rubbery type plastic, kind of like the SH Figuarts Gara figure that I just reviewed, so it really won't hinder leg articulation. Nice paintwork on those lighter blue pieces, and we do get some very nice paint shading on it. I really dig the way the paint shading looks on the lower portion of the robe. We get some very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it as well, and I like how the back of it's like all sliced up, even though that's how it's probably supposed to look. And then we do get some cool sculpted lines at the bottom of the robe there. And then we do get like a little skirt looking piece under the robe here. And it looks good. Very nice sculpt all throughout it. And it is a very soft rubbery type plastic, so it won't hinder the leg articulation. So very good job on that piece. And then the pants look dope too. We even get some nice paint shading on it. Very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it around the thigh area, and then where it gets to the knee, I love those sculpted wrinkles. That looks great. Really great job on the pants there. And then the back of the pants here, very nice sculpted wrinkles. We do get these seams sculpted on there as well on the side of the pants. And then the lower legs look dope too. I love the way the boots look. Those look sick. Really great job on the boots. I like how the laces are sculpted on there, and then that navy blue when it meets the black. I don't see any sloppy paintwork. Same with that silver piece. So very clean paintwork on this Doctor Strange, and that is a huge plus. These boots look dope though. And then the feet look pretty good too. Nice, it has like a cool little texture to the front of the shoes right there, like around the toes. Nice sculpted wrinkles too around the shoes. That looks dope. And then the bottom of them, we do get some pretty cool looking treads. The other minor issue I was talking about is my right ankle joint. Whenever I articulate it, it just pops right out. And it's like, come on, man, what the hell is that? So that irritates the damn hell out of me. But overall, I think they did a really great job with this Doctor Strange. Like I said, that cape almost ruins the figure for me. I'm going to end up getting a custom cloth cape because this thing is just... it's garbage. They took a huge step back with this piece of crap hard plastic articulated cape, and I'm not happy with it at all. We do have nice paint shading on the inside of it though, and some on the back as well, but I mean, other than me hating that plastic articulated cape, the figure itself is really incredible, and I'm extremely happy with how the figure itself turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of great stuff included with this Doctor Strange. So one of the extra things added into this US release were these flame effects, and I really love that they included this with Doctor Strange, even though you don't ever see him like manipulate fire or anything like that in the movie, but it's just like the same exact burning flame effects that we've gotten before, the blue and the red ones. These ones are more orange. I'm going to use them for Sabo, since he can manipulate fire. But anyway, they did an excellent job with these. I love the paintwork on them. We do get that yellowish type color, then we get the orange mixed in it as well, and it is a translucent plastic, but really beautiful sculpt on these. And these are two separate pieces. You can unconnect them if you would like, or you can pop them together and articulate this piece here. So I do like how two of these pieces you can articulate them. So we do get that one. Then we do get this one, which is just one solid piece. Love the sculpt and the paint on it. I love how the orange is, and then it blends into that yellow. Very nice paint and sculpt work all throughout these. So we do get that one. Then the other big piece, this one's my favorite out of all three of them. You can disconnect it if you would like. It is on a ball joint, so you can articulate this one as well. But I really love this flame effect. This one is definitely my favorite out of all the three bigger ones. Beautiful sculpt and paint all throughout this. Then we do get four separate pieces that kind of have like clips on them, so you can clip them on like their ankles or around their wrists or something, or you can connect them onto the bigger pieces, something like that. But beautiful sculpt and paint on this piece here, so good job on that one. And then we do get another piece here, very nice sculpt and paint on it again. So very good job on that. And then we do get these two pieces here, which there's the clip for that one there. Nice sculpt and paint on it. And then this one where the clip is right down there. Very nice paint and sculpt again. So that is the awesome flame effects. And then we also get this crappy hard plastic articulated cape. I'll show you how it articulates when we get to the articulation, but the sculpt of it looks nice, and we do get some very nice paint shading all throughout it. As I showed in the detail, I do like how they sculpted those maroon lines on there, and the paint on them is pretty clean. But the shading does look very nice on it. Same with on the inside. Very nice shading all throughout this here. And then we do have the two pegs right there, which you do peg into the back of Doctor Strange right there. You just peg them in like so. Just gotta, there we go, got the busted. And then it can hinge on that joint. So I mean, it looks alright, but I really hate these hard plastic articulated capes that I already said like 50 times already. So we do get his cape, and then we also get two interchangeable heads. So we do get this one on the left that comes on the figure out of the packaging, which is the basic type looking face, and they did a pretty good job with it. As I said before, the likeness isn't perfect, but it's not the worst. You can see Benedict Cumberbatch in the face sculpts there, so we do get that one. And then we also get like the angry face sculpt here, which is probably my favorite out of both of them. I think they did a very good job with this one. The likeness of Benedict Cumberbatch is there. Good job throughout the face. Pupils both painted looking in the same direction. The sculpt of the hair, probably the best part about the head sculpt here. The gray really blends in very nicely with the brown. But nice sculpt all throughout it. And his heads are very simple to interchange. As you see, just peg it right on and then unpeg it to take it off. So very simple to interchange the heads. So we do get that. And then we also get his magic effects. So we do get a total of 4 of them. We get 2 of the orange ones and then 2 of the green ones. And the orange ones are a little bit larger, as you can see. And it is a clear plastic. Then we do get the orange symbols and writing all throughout it. And it looks dope. I mean, it is a very bendable plastic. I feel like over time, the one hand you have them use to hold these, I feel like it's going to put stress on this little hole here, and it might break over time. But it is a cool little magic effect to add with Doctor Strange. So we do get 2 of the larger orange ones, then we do get 2 of the smaller green ones, and I believe these ones are meant for the Eye of Agamotto. Did I pronounce that right? I think I did. But these ones look dope too. It's a clear plastic, as you can see. Then we do have the green symbols all throughout it, and it looks dope. So very cool magic effects to add with the Doctor Strange figure, and I'll show you how to use them with the figure in a second. So we do get those, and then we finally get a total of 12 interchangeable hands. I don't think they could have included any more hands with Doctor Strange. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt and paint on these. I can't tell if the skin tone is painted or not. They do look like they're painted, but I'm not 100% sure. And then on all the hands, we do get a little bit of a sleeve on there. And where the blue meets the skin tone, nice clean paintwork on it, but really great sculpt on the fists here. And all his hands are very simple to interchange, and that is always a good thing. So we do get a pair of those, and then we also get a pair of these open resting hands here. Very nice sculpt and paint on these if they are painted. I like how we can see like a couple of veins and where his bones from his fingers are on the top of his hand. I think that looks pretty cool. They even sculpted the lines on his knuckles on his fingers, and you can see the fingernails sculpted on there, so really great detail on these hands here. So we do get a pair of those, and then we get another pair of open hands. We get a lot of open hands with Doctor Strange. Very nice work on these here. So we get a pair of those, and we get a pair of open hands again. But these are kind of like magic conjuring hams. Magic conjuring hands. And they did a very good job with these. Nice detail all throughout, and the palm seems a little plain though. So we do get a pair of those. And then we also get my favorite hands, which is his main magic style pose hands that he usually uses. And they did a very good job with these. Nice detail all throughout these hands here. And then finally we get another pair of open hands, but these have a clear peg on the palm, and these are meant for the magic effects, and I'll show you how to put them on in a second. But very nice sculpt and paint on these hands here, and the way you get these on these hands, we have the hole right in the center. All you do is just peg it right onto there. Come on, you bastard. There you go. And it sits on there really well. Another thing you could do with the magic effects is you could take one of them, and while his hand is off, pop it over the wrist joint there, and then pop a hand on. And then you could have him use it like that as well. So I do like how you have the two different options. I feel like this is more safe. It won't put too much stress on that hole, and I feel like with this hand, it's eventually going to ruin those holes and break them. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Doctor Strange, which is a shit ton of stuff. But anyway, let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now, for the height of Dr. Stephen Strange, to the top of his head, it looks like he stands a little bit over 5 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the Mark III Iron Man, the Civil War Ant-Man, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Black Widow, the Age of Ultron Hawkeye, the Civil War Black Panther, and the Articulated Icons Deluxe Ninja. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, this hard plastic, crappy articulated cape is articulated where it connects into Doctor Strange. It is on a hinge, so you can hinge it up and down. And then these side pieces can move side to side, as you can see, and then they can also swivel. So I guess it's pretty cool that it's articulated, but to me it sucks. Let's get this piece of crap off. Now we do get 2 joints at the neck, so the upper neck joint, you could get Stephen Strange to look up a pretty good amount. Actually, it will get hindered a little bit by the collar, and then he does look down pretty good, so decent up and down or forward and back movement at the upper neck there. Then we do get very nice pivot at the upper neck, as you can see there. That's really good pivot actually. And then we do get some swivel. The lower neck joint goes forward pretty good amount, but it doesn't go back too much because it gets hindered by the collar. So with both joints, Doctor Strange can almost look all the way down, and then he looks up a pretty good amount. Not the best though. Then we do get a little bit of pivot at the lower neck, and then it also swivels, so we do get some decent movement at both the neck joints. Now we don't get any torso articulation, but we do at the waist, and it is on a double ball joint, I believe. See, because you can get that crazy waist movement right there, which I do like. So Doctor Strange can crunch forward a pretty good amount with that joint, and then goes back, wow, a really good amount. He goes back much better than going forward. Then we do get very nice pivot. Look at that. Great pivot at the waist there. And then, of course, it swivels. Now, for the arms here at the shoulders, I think we have a butterfly joint right there. So you can move the arm forward and back. And then we do get a really nice circular motion out of the arms. So I do like that point of articulation. Then the arms go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's good. Then they do go up and down. No bicep swivel, so you will have to use it at the shoulder joint. Then we have a single bend at the elbow that bends in pretty much almost all the way, and then it can swivel a little bit where the elbow joint connects into the bicep and where it connects into the forearm. Then we have a ball hinge on the wrist here, so it does swivel, and you get some very nice hinge movement at the wrist there. Now for the legs, we don't have the newer updated leg articulation. We actually have the shifting leg joints, but we do get better movement, I feel like, with these shifting leg joints compared to their newer updated leg articulation. So Doctor Strange can kick forward about 90 degrees, goes to the back about 45 degrees, then kicks out to the side 90 degrees. Then we do get swivel up there. Then we have a single jointed knee that bends back almost all the way, so that's good. And then where the knee joint connects into the thigh, it can swivel a tiny bit, and then it can also swivel a little bit where it connects into the lower leg. Now for the ankles here, we'll have to use my right one since the left one will end up popping off. So we do get swivel at the ankles. They hinge up a pretty good amount, and then same with hinging down. And then for the pivot, we actually do get some pretty good pivot. Not the best, but we do have some pivot there. And then we do have a pretty good toe hinge. So overall, I think we actually do get some very nice articulation with this Doctor Strange. Not too many issues when it comes to the movement with this figure. It's not perfect, but you're going to be able to get him in some great Doctor Strange-like poses. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Doctor Strange with Burning Flame set. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 8. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I got mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can head over to that website, agelessgeeks.com, and don't forget when you purchase something from there to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So let's get into it right away and start off with the damn box, you bastard. So we do get the one right there in the front of the box on these. This is Marvel Doctor Strange. We do get an image of This is Marvel Doctor Strange. We do get an image of Doctor Strange. So it's Marvel. The Mark III Iron Man. The shibby chibbity boo boo boo. And very nice sculpt and paint all throughout. A pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt, and I believe... Damn it!